Well, welcome everyone. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. My name's Adrian Randolph, and I have the honor of serving as Dean of Weinberg College of Arts and Sciences. And welcome to the 2026 Weinberg College Teaching Award Ceremony. It's delightful to be here. The college was founded in 1851 as Northwestern's College of Arts and Sciences. And as such, we're the largest, oldest, and most comprehensive of Northwestern's schools. Today, the college enrolls more than half of the university's undergraduates, and about 40% of Northwestern's PhD students. And probably what's one thing that's really telling, I think, about our teaching enterprise, and many of the recipients of today's awards will be able to attest, we attract students from all the other undergraduate schools in droves into our curriculum. And that really does make us the multidisciplinary teaching commons of the university. The quality, variety, and interdisciplinary character, I think, of our curriculum is what draws those other students in, as well as the talented teachers we hire and retain, and we'll be honoring some of them today. In so doing, we're acknowledging their individual contributions to what is a collective enterprise. And as I say in all sorts of award ceremonies, while we are honoring individuals, we're also honoring the communities which enable them to be what they are. And so as we laud them, we're lauding other things as well. So we're also here today, and we're going to start by celebrating our graduate student instructors. Now, we require all our PhD students, doctoral students, to engage in teaching, not only to hone their own pedagogical skills, but also, as any instructor will tell you, teaching itself teaches. As instructors, we learn how to communicate effectively, how to evaluate the work of others, and how to produce knowledge within a community of thinkers. As we applaud our graduate students' instructional accomplishments, we cheer them along on their journeys as emerging scholar teachers. So thank you to all our awardees and to their guests for joining us today, and thank you also to our department chairs, faculty nominators, program directors, student nominators, all those who supported this year's awardees. And thanks also to the past awardees who are joining us today. So in addition to those groups, we have a few others to thank. I want to thank Marion Rudd for endowing the E. Leroy Hall Award for Excellence in Teaching. I want to thank our friends at the Alumni of Northwestern whose generosity helped support the awards, and I know several of them are here with us today. Carol Willis, President, and if you can raise your hand if you're here. Elif Martinez, Vice President. Don't see her right now, but that's okay. Michelle Bressler, Head of Public Relations. Debbie Hudson, Co-Chair of Continuing Education. Kristen Merker, Co-Chair of Continuing Education. And Mary Petronic, the incoming President. Yes, let's clap for them. I'll try to point out when to clap so you can, keep your energy and, we're not taking too long, but we will try to clap at key moments. This year's Teaching Awards Selection Committee, and this consists of previous faculty awardees and decadal staff, and in the interest of time, I won't be reading these names, but you can see them on the screen. I'd also like to thank what I think of as the CLI AELTCSC, the Council on Language Instruction Award for Excellence in Language Teaching Selection Committee, many of whose members are here, some of whom are here today. Thank you very much for your efforts. Now we'll begin now with the presentation of this year's awards, and we have 11 awards to present. Please note that in the interest of time, I will be reading only a short version of the award citation. Each of the awardees will receive a full version sent to them after the ceremony. And finally, I just want to remind all awardees, after the ceremony is over, will you please join me over here to take a group photo for the library and the archives of Northwestern, so we have a record of this event. So with that, each year, the college selects 3 teaching assistants to receive Weinberg College's Outstanding Graduate Student Teaching Awards. Any graduate student who has carried out the duties of a teaching assistant or has taught their own course in the previous 2 years is eligible. Excellence in work with undergraduates is the primary criterion for this award. Sino Esthappan strives to create the conditions under which Students go beyond consuming social science to producing social science. For example, in an upper-level seminar, Sino created assignments and activities that mirrored the research methods employed by sociologists. First, he had them do data analysis. Sino instructed students on the use of an R script file that he created, cataloging ways to analyze a publicly sourced dataset on police-initiated homicides in the United States. Second, he engaged in fieldwork. Sino led students on a field trip to the Circuit Court of Cook County to hear pretrial detention hearings. To add to their toolkit of qualitative methods, students conducted interviews of Northwestern undergraduates about their perspectives on campus safety policy. Students then employed these social science tools, analysis of a dataset, field study, and data collection to complete a third step, an assignment foregrounding a qualitative and quantitative or mixed method approach. In other words, Sino facilitated students learning about social science by having them do social science.
Sino, we're so happy that you're getting recognized with this award, and I hope that you'll forgive me for invoking a sports metaphor to explain why you're so special. A great teacher is a great teacher for many of the same reasons that a great coach is a great coach. A great coach doesn't just tell all their athletes to do the same thing, the same kind of strength work, the same kind of coordination drills. She gets to know her athletes as individuals, and she learns what they're good at and what they're not good at. Then she coaches up her athletes to the next level in a way that is tailored to their individual mix of strengths and weaknesses. And that's what Sino does as a teacher, as a sociology coach, if you will. The one thing that comes across really clearly and consistently in the glowing letters that his students wrote for him is that he really knows them as individuals. And he's able to help them work on the things that they need the most help with, whether it's their analytical ability or their writing skills or something else. That's a rarer trait among faculty than we would like to admit, but Sino's got that quality in spades. Congratulations, Sino.
Congratulations, Sino. I can't think of anybody more deserving of this award. Whether it's taking our class on field trips to help us gain real-world experience, encouraging me to conduct my own research, or simply helping me navigate being a student at Northwestern, you have had a profound impact on my time here at Northwestern. Thank you for going above and beyond for all of your students and shaping me into the student and person that I am today. Congratulations and best of luck.
Congratulations, Sino. Your course was one of my favorites that I took at Northwestern for your emphasis on gaining practical research experience beyond the classroom. And you really cared about your students' success and took genuine interest in us and what we had to say, which really fostered a classroom environment where I felt entirely comfortable to share my thoughts. Thank you and congratulations again. It's well deserved.
Hi there, my name is Sino Esthappan, and I'm a PhD candidate in the Sociology department, as well as a doctoral fellow at the American Bar Foundation. At Northwestern, I've taught courses on race, punishment, and institutional change, as well as on sociological research methods. In my classes, I aim to give students tools that they can carry beyond the classroom, whether that's learning to read critically, analyze data, or make sense of complex social problems. I know that not all of my students will become academic sociologists, but I also know that throughout their careers, all of them will need to think carefully and engage the world around them. What I've loved most about teaching at Northwestern is getting to work with such thoughtful and engaged students, and I'm incredibly grateful for their support with this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Sino, come on up, and Tony Chen, Associate Chair of Sociology, please join me. For the department. Anna Vedovato's pedagogical approach has been deeply influenced by popular education methods, those developed by the Brazilian educator Paulo Freire, and later further shaped by American theorist and social critic Bell Hooks. In the vein of popular education, Anna claims to create learning environments that are inclusive and democratic, where students are encouraged to bring their own knowledge and experience to the process of collective learning. By emphasizing community learning while distinguishing between personal opinions and evidence-based arguments, Anna achieves the goal of empowerment and connecting classroom learning to addressing real-world social and political concerns.
Parabéns, Anna. You are such a great teacher, and I'm so happy that we're able to acknowledge your teaching with this award. The extra effort you put into your teaching is deeply appreciated by the political science faculty, and above all by your students. I'm so happy to know that your teaching career is just beginning. So many future students are in for a real treat when they have you as their instructor. Obrigado, Anna. Obrigado.
Congratulations, Anna. I couldn't think of a TA more worthy of deserving this award. In politics of Latin America, you would facilitate these really interesting peer discussions, and you would make us Latinos in class feel very empowered and active and heard in discussing our home countries, and I thank you for that.
Anna has been one of the most transformative mentors that I've had throughout my educational journey. I remember that during exam seasons, Anna would always take time outside of her office hours and also class times to make sure that everyone understood their concepts. I still talk about that class to this day in my job interviews, and Anna is undoubtedly one of the biggest reasons for that, so congratulations.
Hi, I'm Rana Vedovato, and it's such an honor to be receiving this teaching award today. It's really important. Teaching is really important to me, so this award really means a lot. But beyond that, it's great to be in a university that really cares about teaching. Northwestern has been great since I started in my second year as a teaching assistant, and then through all the process, I had the opportunity to be part of programs at the Searle Center, the Graduate Teaching Fellows Program, and also the teaching committee in the Political Science Department, in which I'm the chair this year. So it makes a huge difference to be supported along the way and have all these resources available to us. So thank you so much for the recognition.
So Anna is not able to join us today, but accepting a certificate on her behalf is Chair of Political Science, Will Reno. So now you can. Take both. Haley Wellman makes a key insight about the role of graduate student instructors in an undergraduate student's educational journey. And I quote, "Throughout my undergraduate career here at Northwestern," it says many years ago, but somehow I think that's relative. That was my extemporary. "I found that as courses grew smaller and more advanced, the role of the TA became increasingly pivotal. The TAs who invested in me as a person, not just as a student, were the ones who taught me the greatest lesson: to see chemistry not as a subject to survive, but as one to be captivated by." End of quotation. This insight has profoundly shaped Haley's teaching approach now that she is a graduate student teacher. She aims to model the kind of holistic teaching and mentoring approach that she herself received from her graduate student mentors, and that made an inestimable difference in her intellectual journey.
Haley, congratulations on receiving the Outstanding Graduate Student Teacher Award. You truly earned it. Your empathy, dedication, what makes you an exceptional teacher. I have seen how students are naturally drawn to you because you make them feel valued and welcomed in your classroom. Thank you for what you do to our community, for your unwavering commitment to Northwestern chemistry. Congratulations on a very well-deserved award.
Hi, Haley. Congratulations on winning the Weinberg Student Teacher Award. You were a really great TA in environmental chemistry. I especially appreciated your help on slide making before my presentation in the class. Me and my partner were going first, so it was definitely intimidating, but you gave us some really great advice and lots of encouragement, and so I felt confident going into the presentation. And I also can see myself using what you said beyond the class. So thank you and congratulations again.
Hi, Haley. Congratulations on receiving this award. I'm so grateful to have had you as a mentor both in the classroom and in the lab. I've learned so much from you, and your willingness to go above and beyond for students truly makes you an exceptional TA. You've had such a meaningful impact on my academic journey, and so thank you so much for your guidance. Congratulations!
Hi, my name is Haley, and I'm so honored to be one of the recipients of this teaching award. My teaching philosophy is to really view the student holistically beyond just their assignments that they turn in the classroom. When I was a student, one of my TAs really helped mentor us in other parts of our life that involved internships or research. He actually helped me find a lab, and then in turn, I joined that lab and he was my mentor. He helped me with graduate school applications, coursework, applying to conferences, writing, and really helped me become the researcher that I am today. Now, in a PhD program, I really hope to embody that philosophy in the same way, and I have been able to help a few students find labs, apply to internships, navigate graduate school applications, and view them as holistic, lifelong learners instead of just my student for one class in the quarter for 10 weeks.
Haley, please join me with Omar Farha, Chair of Chemistry. Each year, the Council on Language Instruction recognizes the accomplishments of a faculty member who has established a tradition of excellence in teaching and has also shown laudable engagement in departmental college or university affairs with the Excellent in Language Teaching Award. Rana Raddawi is a highly effective and inspiring instructor, teaching with distinction at all levels of the Arabic curriculum. In addition to being an outstanding coordinator of the first and second year sequences, Rana was instrumental in the creation of the Arabic minor. In this effort, she developed 2 advanced courses, one in translation, and a literature seminar on the Arabic short story. She consistently enriches instruction with real-world learning and cultural engagement in local Arabic-speaking communities to promote meaningful language use and intercultural competence.
Alf Mabruk, Dr. Rana. The secret to your teaching success is that you don't treat language as a subject. You treat it as a bridge between cultures, people, and lived realities. In your Arabic classroom, the language is brought to life through mindfulness practice with a yoga instructor, through exploring health with a Syrian physician, through engaging directly with a refugee as she shares her journey, and through collaborating with authors who discuss how they write children's books and short stories. You create a space where language becomes connection, empathy, and real-world understanding. This kind of teaching is deeply, deeply impactful, and this recognition today, Rana, truly reflects that.
Congratulations, Rana. Your good collegiality, your leadership skills, your innovative ideas, your understanding of the integrated approach, and your services to MENA languages enabled us to do a lot of successful things together. Our published chapter with Dr. Liss on inclusivity in the language classroom, our last presentation at ACTFL about the integrated approach and its success, our visits with the students to Bridgeview and to Kidsey Street and to, all of these activities show how you are dedicated to your work. And yes, you deserve to get the Excellence of Teaching Award from CLI Northwestern. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Professor Raddawi. Professor, you did an exceptional job at making Arabic class feel very much alive. It didn't feel like just recitation of knowledge that we learned before, but it was an active usage of the language in both daily conversation and in learning. Thank you so much for providing us with so many resources for both inside and out of the class. This is very much deserved.
Congratulations to Professor Rana Raddawi on receiving the CLI Excellence in Language Teaching Award. Professor Raddawi is combating the stereotype that Arabic is too difficult to learn by providing her diverse group of students with immersive experiences like field trips and making hummus in class to practice vocabulary related to food. Alf Mabruk ya Ustadha Rana.
Hello, I'm Rana Raddawi, Associate Professor of Instructions for Arabic and Translation in the MENA Languages program. First, I'd like to thank Dean Randolph and his office team members for this meaningful recognition of the award I received this year by the CLI Committee for Excellence in Language Teaching. And I'm especially grateful to the members of the CLI Committee for supporting my nomination and selecting me to receive this award this year. I'm also grateful to the director of the MENA Languages Program, Professor Chi Chang, as well as former director of the MENA Languages, Professor Francisca Liz, for their continued support of my endeavors in the program and also for nominating me to receive this award this year. I thank my colleagues for their collegiality and support, and I especially thank my wonderful students for the beautiful journey I've had with them, teaching them in the program all these years. As an educator of Arabic and translation, I view language teaching not just like instructions, language instructions, but an invitation for students to engage with the new cultures, perspectives, ways of thinking. And I believe this recognition reaffirms that mission. Thank you.
Rana, please join me with Francisca Liz, Chi Chang, Ragi Mikhail, and any other members of the CLI who want to join us. We'll have a group photograph. I think this goes to you now, but if anyone else wants to join us from the CLI, we'll take one. Well, come on, right. We're going to stand here, a bit closer. Take multiple. Come on in. Huh? Yeah, come on in. Represents the CLI. Yes. Come on in, one more. One more, it's important. It's history. The Excellence in Mentoring Undergraduate Research Award recognizes a faculty member who has established a history of exceptional work in mentoring undergraduate students engaged in research and other intellectually creative endeavors. This research or creative work may have taken the form of honors or senior theses or other senior projects, independent study, laboratory work, or a combination. Since the founding of the Body and Media Lab, BAM Lab, in 2007, Renee Engeln has been mentoring undergraduate lab members through the full arc of the research process. The BAM Lab conducts empirical research on body image perceptions, eating disorders, and media representations of these behaviors. Under Renee's expert mentorship, student researchers conduct literature reviews, secure IRB approval to conduct research on human subjects, assemble and analyze data, write manuscripts, and translate their findings into conference presentations and/or published articles. And a special characteristic of the BAM Lab is that the lab itself has become a generative tool for research membership. The alumni of the BAM Lab, known as the BAM Grads, return to meet with current lab members, providing career advice and research mentoring. None of this would be possible without Renee's exceptional vision for the research lab and her exemplary dedication to mentorship.
Renee is well known as one of Northwestern's most gifted teachers. This award is very special because her sustained and impactful mentorship contributions are being recognized and celebrated as well. Renee's research provides an opportunity for her mentees to address some of the most important and pressing questions about body image facing young people today. Students enter her lab with an interest in the topic, but they leave feeling inspired about the power of research to promote understanding, alleviate suffering, and impact cultural practices. Quite simply, her approach to mentorship transforms students. They don't just learn to engage in the practice of designing and conducting studies. They publish research, present at national conferences, and a large percentage go on to top PhD programs. Those that don't enter specialized training in psychology do enter society with an appreciation for critical thinking and a value for the scientific endeavor. Through her trainees, Renee is making the world a better place. It is not at all surprising that we regularly hear from mentees that are training in her lab that this was the formative Northwestern experience. Watching her impact students every year has been a genuine privilege. Congratulations, Renee. This award is so richly deserved.
Congratulations, Renee, on receiving the Award for Excellence in Mentoring Undergraduate Research. What stands out most about your mentorship is the way students leave your lab not only as stronger scholars, but more confident in their own paths and voices. Even years later, they still feel like part of your lab, and that is because of you. The kind of impact you have is so rare, yet of course we see it again and again in students that you work with. This impact also extends well beyond your own students. You've raised the standard for mentorship across our entire department. You inspire all of us, including me, to do better every day. We are proud and so deeply grateful to call you our colleague.
Congratulations, Renee. Literally, nobody deserves this award more than you. Now, I have here my copy of Beauty Sick, my home copy. I also have an office copy. And the home copy says, Dear Olivia, I'm so lucky to have had the opportunity to work with you over the past few years. That was in 2017, so 9 years ago. It's been 9 years that we're still working together. Best wishes as you go out and make your mark on the world. Bam forever. So, in honor of you and the mark that you've had on me, I want to give a special message. First, from my grad students.
Congratulations.
And from my undergrad students. Congratulations, Renee!
Congratulations, Renee!
Congratulations,
Renee!
Congratulations! Thank you for inspiring me.
Congratulations, Renee. I am so excited to hear that you have been selected for this award. You are an incredible mentor and scholar. I have learned so much from you, both from my original days at Northwestern back in the day, and also throughout my career now as a faculty member. Congratulations. We're all so proud of you in the BAM family, that you continue to lead so well.
I am so deeply grateful for this award and for the incredible undergraduates who make my work with the Body and Media Lab so meaningful and also so fun. My philosophy of research mentoring is simple. I mentor undergraduates as emerging scholars, not as assistants. I really believe that when we give students genuine ownership over their work, high expectations, and sustained hands-on guidance, they are capable of conducting rigorous, publishable research. It has been a great joy to me over the years to watch so many of my research mentees successfully get their science out there into the world. Thank you again for this honor. It means so much.
Renee, will you join me? Along with Vijay Mittal, the chair of the department, Ben Gorvine, associate chair, and Jennifer Tackett, nominator, you're all meant to come up. I feel badly. I mean, maybe the other psychologists can come up after. I don't know. Oh, wonderful. The Community Building Award, recognizing faculty who foster a sense of community both inside and outside the classroom, and who make students feel as valued members of the Northwestern intellectual community. Throughout her 30+ years at Northwestern, Tasha Seago-Ramaly has, quote, prioritized building community through fostering a spirit of belonging and acceptance in all the spaces she inhabits. There is ample evidence to prove that she has achieved her goal in the classroom. Beyond the classroom, her community building work has soared to rare heights. Under Tasha's leadership, the Department of Spanish and Portuguese assists the Latine family in the Evanston community each year during the holidays, meeting immediate care needs and granting holiday wishes. Other examples are her community organizing work to stock essential items at Nuevos Vecinos, a free store for newly arrived migrants and asylum seekers in Chicago, as well as her leadership in organizing a food drive to support families afraid to leave home during the ICE raids. In organizing these community relief efforts, Tasha has partnered with campus units such as the Northwestern Bookstore, the Northwestern Main Library, and the Office of Residential Experience to build strong alliances with many local organizations, including Niles North High School L Center, the Evanston Skokie School District 65, and the Skokie Park District.
Tasha, I'm so happy you're being honored with the Community Building Award today because it really makes visible the care and the tireless effort you put into creating a sense of belonging here at Northwestern, both inside and outside the classroom. You put such care and effort into creating community, whether it's through your student-centered classes, individual things like the wellness initiative you got for colleagues, or the holiday campaign Un Regalo de Amor. You make our community better in so many ways. Thank you and felicidades.
Congratulations on this award. This is truly a reflection of your kindness and ability to foster an incredible sense of community and inclusion, both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. I'm so proud of you. Congrats once again.
I'm truly honored to be the recipient of this year's WCIS Community Building Award, and I'm proud to call Northwestern my community. Our strengths come from our diversity and our desire to help others. Through learning more about each other, we empower and uplift. I cherish the opportunity to teach and mentor our students who are in a classroom, are willing to escape their comfort zone and make their opinions understood in a target language, and in our residential college system, where they help their peers grow, appreciate diverse points of view, and show grace towards one another. Our Northwestern is vibrant and caring as we establish lasting ties with our surrounding communities, demonstrating that humanity and empathy are key to overcoming inequalities and injustices. Thank you to my nominators, Chi and Emily, my students and colleagues, and for the opportunity to make Northwestern a stronger space for all.
Tasha, please join me, along with Denise. Chi. The Arts and Sciences Alumni Teaching Award is given each year to teaching track faculty who have demonstrated excellence as an undergraduate instructor. The awardees have also made valuable contributions to curricular innovation and to the undergraduate academic experience, perhaps as an advisor, program director, or director of undergraduate studies. Emre Besler has made outstanding contributions to the development of the rapidly growing data science major and minor, including the creation of 2 new upper-level undergraduate courses and the redesign of a 3rd course for a different programming language. Emre's courses regularly enroll large numbers of students, reflecting strong interest in data science and Emre's reputation as a stellar teacher. Undergirding his success as a teacher is a teaching philosophy rooted in cultivating two sets of goals. The first are technical goals, establishing a clear and coherent course structure, ensuring that the course material is accurate via careful selection and meticulous testing of software before presenting it to students, and maintaining a direct connection between course material and contemporary real-world technology. The second set of goals are pedagogical ones, creating an accessible learning environment and fostering self-discipline and accountability in students through rigorous coursework and expectations.
Hi everyone, my name is Jiping Wang. On behalf of the Department of Statistics and Data Science, I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Professor Emre Besler for your exemplary teaching, for your inspiring dedication and care for our students, and for the crucial role you've been playing for building up our data science program and the curriculum. Thank you, Emre. Congratulations, you are truly exceptional.
Congratulations, Professor Besler. I'm so proud of you, and I couldn't have been more lucky to have been your student. Thank you for encouraging me to pursue data science as a major. You helped me find research opportunities, and you always asked us how we were doing in our personal lives, in our other classes, and you made sure that we were set up for success in and outside of your classroom. So thank you so much again, and congratulations.
Hi, Professor Besler. Firstly, congratulations for winning the Weinberg College Teaching Awards. You've been such an instrumental force in my educational journey, but also the educational journeys of so many other students. So I actually brought together a few of my friends who've been in your classes, and we have a message for you.
Congratulations, Professor Besler. There is nobody I can think of who is truly more deserving of this award. Your mentorship, your guidance, your teaching has had such an impact on me and so many students. So I'm not surprised in the slightest that they are recognizing you for this. So thank you for genuinely caring about us as students and just having such an impact on instilling a love for data science in us.
Hi, Professor Besler. Congratulations on receiving this award. It's very well deserved. You were my first data science professor. I can still remember how you made complex ideas just feel really approachable when I had very little experience. A lot of my passion for the field really comes from that class. But what really stood out the most to me, though, is how much you genuinely care about your students. Thank you so much for everything, and congratulations again.
Hello, everyone. I am so happy and honored to receive this award for doing one of the things in life that I enjoy the most, teaching. Teaching at Northwestern has been something I have been involved in at some capacity since 2015. So throughout more than 1 decade of my life, I have tremendously enjoyed teaching undergraduate students at different academic levels, from different backgrounds, with different approaches to the content being taught. It has been demanding, challenging, yet very enriching and very rewarding. And it has been my absolute joy to be a part of the Northwestern community. I feel truly thankful and privileged for all the opportunities that Northwestern has provided me throughout the years, and now this teaching award. Thank you very much.
Emre, join me up here along with Jiping Wang, Chair of Statistics and Data Science. Melissa Rosenzweig teaches courses in archaeology as well as upper division courses such as environmental anthropology and political ecology. These courses are cross-listed between the Departments of Anthropology and the Department of Anthropology and the Program in Environmental Policy and Culture, EPC. Both units laud Melissa as a teacher who, quote, consistently inspires students to connect what they are learning to their lives, and perhaps most importantly in these times, activating their imaginations for how to concretely build a better collective future. As her nominators attest, Melissa accomplishes this first by engaging students through active listening. Then, quote, by using the tools and insights of historical archaeology and environmental studies, as well as her signature skills of humility and empathy to help her students better diagnose our world, understand how we got here, and explore how history and community engagement offer concrete ways to improve it.
On behalf of the Department of Anthropology and the Program in Environmental Policy and Culture, I congratulate you on receiving this award, Dr. Rosenzweig, or Dr. R, as your students call you. In their testimonies, they wrote of how much you taught them, not just about the topics of the class, but also about the world and themselves in it. By showing them that their thoughts and their ideas and experiences matter, you have helped generations of students feel welcome in the classroom when they haven't always felt so. And you've also helped them become confident and empowered to use what they've learned with you to create a better world. And on that note, I want to personally thank you especially for leading our department efforts to make our immigrant students feel safe this year. We're so lucky to have you. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Keith Woodhouse. I direct the Environmental Policy and Culture program where Melissa serves as DUS. Mel and I have worked together for a number of years, and we sometimes joke that she's the accelerator and I'm the brake. Mel comes up with amazing ideas all the time, and I shoot most of them down because of lack of money or time or space. But even as I'm stomping on her creative efforts, I never lose sight of just how lucky we are to have somebody who works tirelessly, enthusiastically, and energetically on behalf of our students every single day. So congratulations, Mel, on this really richly deserved award. We're incredibly fortunate to have you.
Hi, Dr. R. I just wanted to say congratulations on being named a recipient of the 2026 Weinberg College Teaching Award. In my junior year, your political ecology class was the first time that I got to explore the intersection between my passion for the environment and my cultural and ethnic heritage as a Japanese American, and I'll always appreciate you for that. Your support as an advisor, a mentor, and a teacher has been invaluable throughout my time at Northwestern, and I'm so glad you're getting the recognition that you deserve.
Congratulations, Dr. R. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me over the years. You showed me possibilities and perspectives in academia that I never would have encountered otherwise, and I don't think I'd be where I am today without your support. Congratulations again on this well-deserved award.
Thank you so much for this award. It really is an honor to be recognized for my teaching, especially when there are so many amazing instructors in Weinberg College. I want to thank Jessica and Keith, Cynthia and Matthew for their collegial leadership and mentorship and their faith in me. I want to thank Nancy and Will and Tracy and Capri, Tiffany and Bianca, all working very hard behind the scenes to make these courses possible and to have them delivered so smoothly and so effectively for our students. I want to thank all my colleagues in the Bridge Summer Program. You all inspire me with your pedagogy and with your commitments to student success. And I want to thank my students for showing me respect, for being so engaged, for providing fascinating questions and creative ideas and challenging me to learn and to grow alongside you. And I want to thank Amanda and Eli for their love. Really quickly, if I had to sum up my teaching philosophy, I would say that it is critical hope. And what I mean by that is providing students with an honest appraisal of the present, but also the tools of justice and equity to build the future that they want moving forward. And if I'm doing my job right, and if I'm coming into the classroom, not only with compassion and empathy, but also the ability to provide skill building in critical thinking and in community learning and in relationship building, then these students also are able to move through Northwestern, obtaining the education that gives them the tenacity and the aptitude to create the future that they want.
Melissa, could you join me up here along with Jessica and Keith? The Weinberg College Distinguished Teaching Award is given each year to a tenure-line faculty member who has demonstrated excellence as an undergraduate instructor. The awardees have also made valuable contributions to curricular innovation and to the undergraduate academic experience, perhaps as an advisor, program director, or director of undergraduate studies. Kevin Buckaloo aims to inspire students to cultivate, quote, authentic curiosity, motivation, and interest in humanistic learning. Whether he's leading a large lecture course such as Introduction to Buddhism, an advanced seminar, or a first-year writing seminar, Kevin selects readings and assignments, as well as the modes of course delivery and assessment to achieve this teaching goal. A compelling example comes from his first-year seminar titled Puppets, Robots, and Other Uncanny Doubles. As Kevin describes it, quote, this class seeks to turn a topic of urgent relevance, such as AI as our society's latest uncanny robot double, into an occasion for inspiring students to engage in broader humanistic inquiry. Kevin provides a specific example of course content that immediately stirs students' powers of imagination, discussion, and inquiry. Quote, it has been very exciting to facilitate discussions in which students connect recent accounts of people, quote, falling in love with ChatGPT to E.T.A. Hoffman's 19th century short story, The Sandman. Both the modern day phenomenon and the centuries old, it's making me feel very old when the 19th century is centuries, but anyway, old questions, raise questions about gender, power, and what it means to be human.
Kevin, on behalf of the entire Department of Religious Studies, congratulations on your teaching award. I want to just briefly highlight a few of the phrases that described your teaching that we excerpted from the student letters that we collected for the award. Infectious passion, unhurried conversations, welcoming and genuinely collaborative. And last but not least, simply one of the best instructors I have had, not only at Northwestern, but throughout my entire academic career. Kevin, we're lucky to have you as part of our community. Thank you. And once again, congratulations.
Congratulations. Professor Buckaloo is really dedicated to his teaching. Many of his students, including me, have received valuable mentorship from him. So for example, when I was doing my research project, he gave me detailed guidance from choosing the research topic to gathering literature to ensure that I was on track. And we also had many insightful discussions during his office hours. It is my great honor to take classes with such a passionate, inspiring, and supportive professor. Thank you so much.
Hi, Professor Buckaloo. Congratulations on your teaching award. I initially took your Intro to Buddhism class last quarter as a neuroscience major, trying to fulfill one of my ethics distro requirements, but it ended up being one of the most meaningful classes that I've taken at Northwestern. Your passion and the way that you connected Buddhism with so many different subjects really influenced the way that I saw the study of religion, and it actually inspired me so much that I declared a major in religious studies right after taking your class. And so thank you for being such a supportive professor and playing such a pivotal role in my journey at Northwestern. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm honored to receive a Weinberg College Distinguished Teaching Award this year. It's been such a pleasure to teach and work with Northwestern's wonderful undergraduate students over the last almost 8 years that I've been here. In this moment when I feel like we're all dealing with the disruptions to our teaching brought about by the advent of new AI technologies, I've been tremendously heartened by the ongoing curiosity and excitement that Northwestern students continue to bring to my classes. And I'm increasingly thinking about teaching in terms of getting them thinking about humanistic inquiry as something that can generate knowledge that they want to know and raise questions that they themselves want to ask and find the answer to. I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with Northwestern students. Thank you.
Kevin and Beth Hurd, Chair of the Department of Religious Studies. Please come up. Dan Kickmarrick's courses, US Foreign Policy and International Responses to Mass Atrocities, are keystones of the Political Science and International Studies undergraduate curricula. Dan aims to accomplish three main objectives for these courses. One, to encourage students to adopt new analytical perspectives. Two, to teach students how to disagree while maintaining respect for the other side's viewpoint. And three, to treat education as a diverse, inclusive, and collaborative process. To achieve these goals, Dan employs teaching methods that directly facilitate these aims. For example, in a seminar course, he uses policy simulations and mock National Security Council briefings on difficult ethical questions to create opportunities for students to work within real-world constraints, and thereby, quote, managing the awkward tension between strategic interests and ethical values.
Hey there, Dan Kirkmerrick. Congratulations on winning yet another teaching award, the Distinguished Teaching Award from the college. In the department, I think your name is Mr. 6.0 for your CTEX. You pack them in your classes. You recruit for our major. We couldn't be happier. This is an award for this year, but you're award winning every single year. So you keep it up. Take care.
Hi, Dan. I wanted to especially congratulate you for receiving the Weinberg Teaching Award. You were one of the first professors I had through grad school, eventually also becoming part of my committee. So I always appreciated how you explain substantive issues, how you always challenge us and me methodologically to think more thoroughly about issues, and how you gave us a voice in the class, also allowing us to voice our concerns and giving very helpful feedback. So for all of that, congratulations tonight, Dan.
Congratulations, Professor Kirkmerrick. Your lectures and teaching were truly a highlight of my academic career at Northwestern, teaching me and all your students what it means to truly think and think holistically, deeply, and with great intention. You consistently pushed us to challenge conventional opinions and thoughts, no matter our personal beliefs, and to challenge each other with respect and open-mindedness, which is a skill I do actually carry with me into my professional career and as I mature and grow as a person. Your support outside of the lecture halls was also something I deeply appreciated. You were an incredible advisor who helped guide me through my, frankly, many career crises that I threw your way, and helped me realize that there were opportunities beyond traditional paths and that I'd find my way regardless. So thank you, Professor Kirkmerrick. And once again, congratulations.
Hi, everyone. This is Dan Kirkmerrick, and I'm honored to receive the Weinberg College Distinguished Teaching Award. After I got the email notifying me that I had won the award, my mind, for some reason, flashed back to that intense nervous energy that I felt before teaching my very first class here at Northwestern, a massive lecture on US foreign policy. And while I still certainly feel the excitement at the start of each new term, I'd like to think that I've come a long way as a teacher since then. I'm especially grateful to all the students that I've taught over the past 11 years here at Northwestern. They bring new perspectives to the classroom that make my job so fun and so fulfilling. Thanks again.
And please come forward, and Will Reno, Chair of Political Science. The E. Leroy Hall Award for Excellence in Teaching goes to the most senior by rank of the Weinberg College Distinguished Teaching Award recipients. Will Dichtel's teaching goals in his undergraduate organic chemistry courses rest on three main pillars. One, to cultivate interest and appreciation of organic chemistry, especially to non-majors. 2, to encourage and motivate chemical thinking through everyday relevance. And 3, to reduce barriers to seeking help. The second of these goals, in case you forgot, that was to encourage and motivate chemical thinking through everyday relevance, is perhaps the most unusual and therefore merits further attention. Quote, by sprinkling real-world examples, quote, unquote, often pulled from current headlines about controversies or discoveries involving organic substances in industry, medicine, commerce, etc., Will underscores for students that organic chemistry lives beyond the walls of the lecture hall. In service to this goal, he ends each class period with a, quote, molecule of the day vignette in an effort to connect daily concepts to molecules found in pharmaceuticals, materials, and nature, as well as how they intersect with public policy, business, foreign relations, cuisine, art, sustainability, and other aspects of modern life. Will's redesign of Organic Chemistry 1 with special attention to non-chemistry majors has led to a substantial jump in enrollment from about 80 students to 190 students over 4 years.
Congratulations to my friend and colleague Will Dichtel on receiving this prestigious award. Colleagues like Will is what makes our department not only a research powerhouse, but also a nurturing environment where undergraduate education is a paramount. We are really fortunate here at Northwestern Chemistry to have Will among us. He is really a spectacular educator, a mentor, and a colleague. Will, congratulations on a really well-deserved award.
Congratulations, Professor Dichtel. I just wanted to say there is no one I am more thankful for to have had as a professor during my undergrad. You really made organic chemistry a bit less terrifying through coffee chats and office hours, even humoring me when I was the only one there. Your advice on building a chemical intuition has rung true even beyond chemistry, and I appreciate how you always made the subject more relevant to our lives. Again, congratulations!
Congratulations, Professor Dichtel, on your teaching award. It's so well deserved. I came to Northwestern honestly finding the idea of organic chemistry unbelievably daunting. But I've got to say that your teaching style made me fall completely in love with the subject. I think your ability to turn even the most difficult of concepts into very logical and straightforward ideas is honestly remarkable, especially considering the fact that it is organic chemistry. And while I always did appreciate how you taught with such clear purpose and organization, I also would be remiss not to speak to your compassion as a professor. I think despite the fact that you had a very busy schedule, and you still have a very busy schedule, and an unimaginably high number of commitments, you always made a very clear effort to be there and to be available for any and all questions, and you also treated your students as equals. I feel so lucky to have had you as a professor, and I know that any of your students can say the same.
Congratulations, Professor Dichtel. I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award. Your ability to convey the complex content of such an intimidating course is truly admirable, and I deeply appreciate the efforts you took to get to know each of your students. And I know you may find it hard to believe, but many of us did truly enjoy your class, and we're sad to see the quarter come to an end, which speaks volumes to the lasting impact you've had on your students. Thank you for everything, and congrats again.
Thank you very much for this recognition of my teaching, which I view as an important part of the impact I hope to have in the world. Many accomplished people proudly tell me they survived organic chemistry, and then happily left it behind. I think that's a missed opportunity. Organic chemistry is really the study of how molecules behave and interact, and those interactions shape nearly everything around us: medicines, materials, food, energy, and the choices we make as a society. My motivation as a teacher is not to turn non-majors into chemists, but to help them see chemistry as relevant, understandable, and worth engaging with. When students recognize molecules in everyday life, on a prescription label, in food, or as part of a public health debate, they are learning to recognize the world around them rather than turning away from it. Ultimately, I see teaching organic chemistry as a form of civic education, empowering future doctors, lawyers, artists, and policymakers to make informed decisions in a molecular world.
Will and Omar, please join me. Just a few words before we get to a final video montage. I just wanted to say one of the things that struck me in reading all of the comments was the number of times real world came up, which is reassuring that we're honoring people who connect the curriculum to the real world. I hope I'm not wrong, though, in imagining a world where we didn't have to say that for everyone. In other words, that it was just part of who we are, that we are within academia in the real world, participating in the real world, and our curriculum naturally connects to it. I love it that individuals make that effort to make that future possible. So thank you all for all you've done. And one final video montage before all of the awardees are going to join me over there for a photograph. Please don't run away. Thank you very much for coming to the event. And now...
Congratulations for winning the Weinberg College Teaching Awards.
Congratulations.
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 Oh.